Hi guys, welcome to the Challenge Podcast, the show dedicated to transforming your life. I'm Coach Steve.
And I'm Coach Helen, and we're excited to bring you the best information on exercise, nutrition, mindset and health. Let's get on with the show.
What's up guys, Coach Steve here and welcome back to another episode of the Challenge Podcast. In today's episode, I interview Josh Newton, and Josh is one of our Max's top 10 finalists of the September Challenge, and Josh has a really interesting role. He works as a geologist in Western Australia and he spends most of his day underground. So if you find that you're in a certain job where, you can't prepare for the day in terms of food or training, this is the episode you want to listen to because Josh really opens up about how he overcame the challenges of working underground for, 12, 16, 18-hour days underground where he can't bring fresh food. He has the challenges of drinking enough water underground and then still trying to get into the gym. So check out this episode here with Josh Newton. Sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Thanks for having me, Steve. It's good to be here.
Mate, I'm so excited to spend some time chatting with you. And from the timing of this recording, we announced the top 10s just about a week or two ago. Josh, can you tell me how you're feeling since finding out that you're in the top 10?
Honestly, when I had about 3 missed calls on my phone, I got back into the office. I was out in the field. I had no idea who it was, so I gave him a call and found out that it was Max's trying to call me, and I had a massive grin on my face for the rest of the day and the rest of the week, really. So, I was stoked to get top 10. I was pretty surprised. I had a look at the top 50 and I thought, I've done well. I'll be happy with my top 50 shirt, but to get top 10, I was stoked.
Well, mate, I need to tell you that you definitely earned it. I think you've done such an amazing job. And I think your transformation is quite unique where you did put on a lot of size and you did get big improvements in your shape rather than a lot of people who might have got like super lean. So that is quite unique transformation. So congratulations for that. Now, would you like to start by telling us a little bit about yourself, where you're from and what you do for work?
Yep, sure. Everyone, hey, I'm Josh Newton. I'm 24 years old, born and raised in Perth. Spent a little bit of time up north in Katherine, the Northern Territory, when I was a young tacker. But other than that, born and raised in Perth. Living in Western Australia, there's lots of mining. So for me, I decided to study a degree in geology, and now I currently work as a mine geologist, one of the biggest underground gold mines in the world, really. So, work-wise, work 8 days on, 6 days off, work a minimum of 12-hour days. So, pretty full-on, away from home more than half the year and working for, more than 12 hours a day when I'm up there. So it can be pretty full-on. Sporting-wise, had a background in AFL football just locally, playing for local teams, and that's pretty much where my work in the gym sort of started, like putting in work for the gym. It was more always to get better at footy, but now it's sort of just to better myself, better my shape, get stronger, and that's pretty much the background into me. So Dad originally took me along to a few CrossFit classes back in the day, and that's what got me interested in going to the gym.
I love it. Are you playing footy at the moment?
Look, being at work so much, I try to. I've played 5 games each season the last 2 seasons, so not much anymore, unfortunately.
Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit about your role as a, would you call it a geologist? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Is that mostly like indoors looking at samples and looking at recordings and analyzing the data, or are you spending lots of time out in the field analyzing the rock formations and such out in the desert environment?
Yeah, cool. Well, it is the desert. Where I work is literally the middle of WA. It's bloody hot.
Yeah.
So I've just moved over into a new open pit mine we've started up. So most of the time I'm in the office, which is pretty fortunate, just punching numbers. I'm down in the open pit probably a couple of hours a day, out at the drill rig, an hour a day. But before that, when the challenge first started, I was actually working underground. So I would spend, most of my 12-hour day underground. So, that was pretty hard with the diet. But, managed to sort it out somewhat. Yeah.
Well, mate, first kind of question here. Why did you start the challenge in September? Was that your first challenge?
Yeah, that was my first challenge. Yeah. So I got onto it. I heard about it from my dad. He did the challenge maybe in summer to start the year. And he seemed to really enjoy the program, really enjoy the nutrition. So I thought, why not? I'll give it a go. I've never really in my life had a good diet. I've gymmed for quite a while. So I thought might as well just have a go, see what happens. At first, I signed up for the Lean and Ripped program, but having a look at the program between that and the Strength and Size one, I preferred the program for the Strength and Size, so I went with that one.
Yeah. I'm actually very similar to you. Like with my training, I prefer to train in that size and strength style compared to that lean and rip style. But both of them will be able to build on muscle and get big changes like you've seen in your body. Now, when did you change from that lean and rip to the size and strength program?
When did it change? I think it was
like week
probably,
one.
Yeah, it was week one. Yeah, definitely week one.
Yeah.
Another reason for me starting the challenge was I'd just been on a 5-week Europe holiday with a group of mates, and I had a few too many carbs and beers, so I thought I needed to do something
to get back into it.
Yep.
Josh, throughout the challenge, the next question, what was your biggest challenge to completing the challenge and getting that amazing transformation that you've gotten?
For me personally, it was probably juggling the work with diet and training. So when I'm at work, as I said, working 12-hour days, the motivation can sort of diminish and disappear. So get home from work, get changed, go have an hour gym session. By then it's already 7:30. You've been up since 4 a.m. So it gets hard to meal prep and make sure you're eating the right stuff. Along with that, when I was working underground, it's pretty hard to take a salad or something quite healthy because it will just go bad. So I was just taking like a wrap with salad and chicken in it, something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think the biggest challenge was definitely to do with the work and nutrition juggle.
Yeah.
And just coincidentally, there were lots of friends and family birthdays during the time of the challenge as well.
Of course.
Which also makes it quite hard to stay away from the junk food. I think I did pretty well though. I really eliminated a lot of the sugar that I was eating, so that was good.
Mate, that's so good. Now, we have quite a big community of people in Perth and quite a large community of FIFO workers. So do you have any advice that you'd give to somebody who may be thinking about starting the challenge or currently doing the challenge and they're in the same situation as you? Do you have any like tips and tricks on how they can continue their fitness and their health journey even though they're underground for 12 hours a day and working long periods of time?
For the guys who do work underground, I think it's quite important to bring your own food up, nuts, fruits, make sure you're eating a lot of vegetables. It can be hard underground, but just make sure you're not taking down a meat pie every day.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a trap. For the guys working away for long times, to be honest, I've just been in the routine for quite a while now. I've worked away for 2 years, so I'm just used to getting home and going straight to the gym. Other guys do it in the morning, but there's no part of me that wants to wake up at 3 a.m. So I think just getting into the routine, making sure that you have your goals in mind and then just do it, really. It's just got to be motivated to do it, eat the right food and think if you're motivated, then yeah, you will do it.
We'll do it. Now, when you're underground, do you have access to water? It might be a naive question, but do you have access to like taps and stuff?
We just take under, like your classic big cooler esky bottles, like a 5 or 10 litre one.
Yeah, okay. Was that a challenge, having access to water? In terms of bigger like health things, like do you ever find that you're running out of water?
Not particularly running out of water, but there's definitely times when you're working and you will forget to, not necessarily forget, but you work for like an hour or two straight at a job and you go, oh, yeah, I really should be drinking some water. You'll find yourself getting more dehydrated than you should be getting. And yeah, that's a big thing in mining, making sure that you're adequately hydrated for the job and for, just functioning as well.
Yeah. Now, Josh, moving on to the next question, I want to talk about things that you've learned throughout the challenge. So, what's one thing that you may have learned about yourself over the past 12 weeks doing this challenge?
For me personally, it's clearly shown me that how big diet is in the training program. As I've said, I've gymmed for quite a while and there's been points where I've just tapered out and I haven't really known why I've stopped getting stronger or putting on muscle. And then in this challenge, just doing 3 months and getting the results that I did, it showed me that of how much of a training program the diet plays such a big role. So, I learned that I can just avoid the bad food. Like I used to be able to smash a box of Maltesers or have a few quarter pounders on any given night. But, I've shown myself that I can avoid that. So that's a good thing. And it's been 2 weeks since the challenge and I don't think I've had anything bad yet. So it's definitely formed some habits that will stick with me in the long run, I think.
Yeah, I love that. A little bit of an anecdote for myself. Once upon a time, I did a bodybuilding competition, and I tell people that nothing changed in my training when I was preparing for the bodybuilding comp. The only thing that changed was how strict I was with my food intake. And yeah, I still think that there's a big importance on training properly. But then once you learn how to train, and if you've got a fitness background like yourself, you played a bit of sports, you played the footy, you did a little bit of CrossFit, you trained with your dad. So you've got like some training background. Sometimes all you need is a goal and a deadline, and then, a little bit of discipline around your food, and then everything else just falls in place.
Yep.
But mate, Josh, now that the challenge is over, these 12 weeks are over, what's your goal now? You said that you're still eating pretty well. Like, where are you going to take your fitness and your health, moving forward?
To be honest with you, I haven't really set myself any goals as yet. I'm sort of just running with it for the time being. At the moment, I'm just doing some 1-rep maxes to sort of find out where I'm at, how strong I've gotten. And from there, I'll sort of formulate a new training program around that. Whether I do the next challenge or not, I haven't decided. But with the base now, I've sort of know what I need to be doing and know that I just want to get stronger, get fitter, continue to get better. And for me now, it's just about getting the work-life gym balance right, making sure that everything's in moderation and I'm spending enough time doing each of them.
Yeah, I think you nailed it on the head there. It's about moderation. And I think as a PT, like, I preach valuing your health, but there's more to life than the gym. There's more to life than, the food in front of you. So it's all about moderation. And yeah, okay, the challenge is a 12-week intense program, but we need to still fit that into our life. And the worst thing people do is after the challenge, they do 12 weeks, they go, hey, happy days, and they never step foot in the gym again, and they never eat good food. And then they wonder why their body reverted back. So I think it's all in moderation. And heck, even if you do have a pizza on the weekend, that's fine, as long as 6 days in a week you're eating good food, and then all right, you go and do life at the end. That's okay. Like, we're all humans, but it's all moderation. And I'm glad you said that one there. Now, Josh, last thing here, do you have any advice for people who may be thinking about doing the challenge or are currently doing the challenge, or they're just interested in their fitness and their health? Do you have any advice for people about what they should do, what they shouldn't do maybe?
Yeah, sure. Hopefully they listen to advice of a fresh 24-year-old. I'll do my best. But hopefully from what they've heard from me today, like, nutrition is massive, can't be understated. You can train as hard as you want and lift as much as you want. But yeah, if you're not eating the right food, you're not going to see 100% of the gains that you would otherwise. And another little thing I found during the program, try not to use other people's progress and results and measure it against your own. So for me, yeah, I'm quite a shy person. I didn't really get involved with the social media side of things. It is a great platform, having the social media group. People are very supportive of each other, and it's great to see other people's progress. And some people post quite frequently, but it can become quite easy to start comparing yourself to others. Some people will progress quicker than you. Some people might get bigger faster than you. But I think it's quite important to remember why you started the challenge in the first place, and most likely it'll be for yourself. So yeah, I think just focus on bettering yourself and don't compare yourself to other people's progress.
I like that. It's very mature of you, Josh. And as a 26-year-old myself, I don't know if I could say that you're mature at 24, but I love that you said that, where, you can't be comparing yourself to other people. It really is your journey, your challenge. And yeah, okay, we do try to build online support networks so that, you have the support and motivation and drive to go and train. But I think sometimes we get caught up in comparing ourselves to other people. And if that leaves a negative motivation, that's the worst thing that could happen. So once again, it sounds like it's all in moderation, right?
Yeah, for sure. But definitely can be used as motivation. Like, you see other people deadlifting 200 and you're like, all right, I'm going to go out there and deadlift 200 next week. That's completely fine if you want to use it as motivation.
Yeah, love it. Mate, Josh, let's wrap it up there. Thank you so much for being part of the Challenge podcast here. And once again, congratulations on an amazing transformation. I know that you're a role model to so many guys around Australia. So for that, I thank you.
Awesome. Thanks for having me, Steve. Cheers.
Thanks for listening, guys. If you like the show, share it with a friend or leave us a review on iTunes to help us spread the good word.
See you next time.